Hey yogi, welcome to class. If you're new to the channel, I'm Ree, this is Drakey, and if you are returning, welcome back. We love practicing with you on YouTube. Before we jump into this vinyasa practice, if you have not yet subscribed to the channel, please do. It just helps Drake and I to grow in this enormous universe that is YouTube. And if when you get to the end of the class you enjoy it, then give the video a thumbs up, a like, and maybe leave us a comment and let me know how you got on. So not going to need anything in particular for this class except for a place to practice. We're going to be working through the awakening Jal Namaskar, so awakening Water Salutation. So come to it with a bit of an open mind, especially if these are movements that are new to you. Those that have been with me for a while, this won't be new to you, but if you are new, then hey, we're going to try something a bit different today. So that being said, we're going to start in a child's pose, Balasana. So come to the back of your mat and take any child's pose that feels nice here. So maybe that's, having the knees wide or the knees together. That's really your call. And then come all the way down. It might feel nice to just come to the forearms and just gently rock forwards and back here. And as we move through this practice, our theme and our aim and our goal is really to tap into the qualities of water, the jal. So as we're moving, I want you to think about really focusing on trying to move with intention, but also trying to be fluid. So we're not looking for too much perfection. Sometimes that over-seeking of perfection stifles us a little bit. I'm sure we've all been there where we want to do something, but we want it to be perfect and we end up not doing it. So I think throughout this practice, whilst we're looking for, good movement, as always, I want you to think about being creative and just moving, with your breath, and having that fluidity into the poses. So really finishing the asanas and seeing what it feels like to kind of have a bit of a continuous flow, even if that's a micro adjustment that you're making. Maybe come to a little bit of stillness. You can walk the fingertips further forward and let the head bow down if that feels good. On the underarms, keep sending the hips back if you've gone for this. Nice. And then from here, roll up into your tabletop position, readjust anything that needs sorting out. And then from here, we're just going to take some wrist warm up. So as always, we're just going to move the body over the wrists in lots of different directions, forwards, back, side to side. You could even start to take the hands out into different positions as you move. So almost moving the hands as if you were moving around a clock. And just noticing how that feels. Again, trying to make this feel continuous. So as you're moving, you're finding the moments within the movement and still trying to seek a bit of movement there. So really exploring that fluidity. And the jal within us is that kind of creativity, that more softer side, more similar to kind of the lunar energy. So, that can be something that you might want to be thinking about as we move through this practice as well. Where can I be more fluid in my life? Where am I being really rigid? Maybe you are being a bit stubborn over something. We all do that sometimes. So yeah, where can I invite a little bit more like going with the flow? It's not always easy. Keep pawing the ground with the palms as you move the weight across, side to side. Nice. And then from here, we're going to sit back to the heels, and as we do, we're going to windmill the arms. So come all the way back, reach the right arm long, and then windmill as we come back up to plant the hand down. Sit all the way back, windmill the left arm. So we're just getting a little bit kind of into the shoulder here. We're not being too specific. We're just trying to move through that shoulder joint, each side, side to side. You could take it the other way, so bringing the arm forward. As you then sit the butt back, coming forward, sweeping the arm forward. Nice. Do one more on each side. Ooh, I just hit my plant. And then come to stillness. Tuck the toes from here, lift the hips high, find downward facing dog. Let's get straight into our Jal Namaskar. Let's get going today. So from here, the right leg's gonna lift, 3-leg dog. As you exhale, right foot goes to left thumb, drop that left knee down. Inhale, keep the fingertips on the ground, lift the chest. Think about pulling the right thigh bone back as you send the left hip forward. Nice. As you exhale, plant the palms. You're going to cross left foot behind right. Zip the forearms and the palms together and then inhale to rise. Squeeze everything together as you come up and then exhale. Fall down, Uttanasana. Release the hands. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, step that left foot back to the left side of the mat. Drop the left knee. Come onto fingertips. Really pull the left thigh bone forward as the right thigh bone goes back. And then plant the palms, step the right foot back to down dog. Left leg up, 3-leg dog. As we exhale this time, left foot over to the right. Hand, drop the right knee down. If you're like, what? Just go with me. Inhale, lift the chest, come on to spidey fingers. Exhale, step right foot behind left. Zip the forearms up, inhale to rise, Urdhva Hastasana, drishti lifting. Exhale, allow the drishti to ripple down as you move through the spine, Uttanasana. Inhale, lift the drishti. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot to the back of the mat, drop the right knee down. Really lift the chest, think cow pose, and send that right hip forward as you send the left hip back. Plant the palms, exhale, downward facing dog. Nice. From here, lift the heels, bend the knees deeply, and then shoot forward into upward facing dog. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Nice. Right leg will lift, 3-leg dog. As you exhale, that right foot journeys to left hand, drop the left knee. This time, inhale, rise up into an Anjaneyasana. So this time we really need to think about pulling right thigh bone back, left thigh bone going forward. Exhale, plant the palms, left foot journeys up behind right. Zip up the arms. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, drishti rising. Exhale, drishti ripples down, following the body. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, plant the hands, left foot to the back of the mat, drop the left knee. Rise into your low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant the palms, step the right foot to meet the left, down dog. Left leg high, 3-leg dog as you inhale. The exhale takes left foot to right thumb, drop the right knee. Inhale, rise, Anjaneyasana. Think about really squeezing the right thigh bone towards the left heel. Exhale, right foot steps up behind left. Zip up the forearms. Inhale, squeeze the glutes, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, allow the drishti to ripple you down. Inhale, drishti rising, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, the right foot goes to the right side of the mat, drop that right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, plant the palms, left foot back to right, down dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, take the chest to the thighs, and then push off the toes to come into Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Toes are going to be tucked here, that's fine. And then exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Nice. Right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right foot to left thumb. Got confused myself. Inhale, rise into Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus your arms. Think about really lifting through the chest, pulling the shoulders back. Exhale, plant the palms. Step left foot up behind right. Inhale, zip up the forearms. The drishti rises. Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, bow down, Uttanasana. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, left foot journeys back. Drop the left knee, rise into low lunge, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus the arms. Can you go a bit deeper this time? Squeeze the shoulder blades together. Plant the palms, step right foot to meet left, down dog. Left leg goes up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, left foot. Right thumb, drop the right knee. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze your glutes here. Plant the palms, step right foot up behind left. Zip up the forearms, inhale, Urdhva Hastasana, you rise. Exhale, bow down. Inhale, Halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms. Right foot goes back, right knee drops. Inhale, you rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, we cactus. Plant the palms. Step the left foot back to meet the right down dog. Lift the heels, bend the knees, shoot forward into your upward facing dog. It's almost as if you skim chaturanga. Push back. Downward facing dog, right leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, right foot to left thumb, drop that left knee down. Inhale, you rise, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, you cactus open. From here, see if you can turn to the right. Let your right fingers seek for your left foot. Maybe it's your left ankle. Reach through the left hand. Exhale, hands to the top of the mat. Left foot behind right, Uttanasana. Zip up the arms. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, allow the drishti to flow like water down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, left foot to the back of the mat, drop the left knee, we go again. Rise into Anjaneyasana, exhaling to that cactus. And then from here, inhale as you seek the back foot, left arm reaching. Exhale, hands to the mat. Right foot steps back to down dog. Left leg up, 3-leg dog. Exhale, left foot. Right thumb, I'm in autopilot. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, cross body. Turn to the left, seek something on that left leg. Exhale, hands to the mat. Come up for Uttanasana, right leg behind left. Zip the arms up. Inhale, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, drishti lifts. Exhale, right foot to the back of the mat. Drop that right knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, we open to the left. Seek that right foot. Maybe it's the right calf. Who knows? Reach through that right arm. And then exhale, palms plant. Step that left foot back to meet the right. From here, drop both forearms to the mat. Find a dolphin. Walk the feet in a little. Think about trying to lift the hips nice and high here. We want to get the hips as high over the shoulders as possible. So if you need a bend in your knees to do that, that's totally cool. From here, bend the knees, drishti to the top of the mat. The inhale pulls you to chaturanga. The exhale to plank. Drop knees, push back, drop forearms. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, wave it back. Downward facing dog. Walk the hands all the way to the feet. Whew, let's have a moment just to reintegrate. So bend the knees softly. Opposite hand catches opposite elbow. Ragdoll it out. And feel the difference between left and right here. We've moved in unconventional places during our awakening Jal Namaskar. It's Water Salutation. So just come back to the center. From here, look to the top of the mat. As you exhale, slide the left hand underneath the left foot. Right hand underneath the right. Setting up for Padangusthasana. Bend the knees deeply. Drishti towards the top of the mat. Arms are straight. Exhale. Start to send the drishti backwards. Let the head hang. Really pull through your arms to send you deeper here. Try not to have all the weight in the heels. Try and flirt with a little bit of instability by leaning a little bit forward. Maybe a lot. Maybe you inhale and soften a little. Exhale, recommit to the asana, recommit to the fold, but recommit to a good fold. And by that I mean you've got the low belly connected to the thighs, so you're not like this with a big gap. You're really finding a fold here. One more. Lift as you inhale, soften. Exhale, recommit. Bow down. From here, maybe you try and lift the tailbone a bit higher. Nice, and then inhale to release. Beautiful. Walk the hands back. Downward facing dog. From here, drop your knees to the mat. Untuck the toes, sit back to the heels. Nice. We're going to set up for fly-in integration here, just so that we can find a bit more of that front hip compression before we move along with our next little exploration. So fly-in integration, Lalasana prep. You're going to take your hands outside of your thighs, just behind your knees. I like to turn the hands one out. So don't have fingers and thumbs pointing up the mat, just slightly turn them out. Grip the mat with the fingers. Inhale, think cow pose as you lift. Exhale, round in. Think cat pose. Drive chin to chest. Squeeze with the front of your hip flexors to get the thighs into the chest. Be here for 10, 9. Keep puffing through the upper back. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. And let it go on 1. Nice. Have a little bit of a shake here. Maybe swing the arms if that feels good. Nice, and from here we'll come back to downward dog. We'll keep going. The right leg's going to lift, 3-leg dog. On your exhale, right foot to left thumb again. Drop your left heel down. Keep your right hand planted. As you inhale, lift your left arm up. Think side angle here, Parsvakonasana. Exhale, lift the back heel up. Come into a modified pyramid. You can pick up the toes back towards the face if that feels good. Inhale, rebend that right knee. Plant the hands or keep the spidey fingers, but we're going to open that right hip to the right. Think here, active pigeon. So really plug into the back big toe and really try to activate through the left leg as you're opening through that right hip. From here, rebend, replant that right foot down and rise into a high lunge. I know you're on a tightrope, so again, it's about sending the left hip point towards the right heel, right hip back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, downward facing dog, try and pick up the foot. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, left foot to right thumb. Drop that right heel down. Plant your left hand into the ground. Try and zip everything into the middle as you inhale, right arm reaching up. Again, we think in Parsvakonasana here, but we've got this deep compression, deep flexion in that left hip. Nice. Exhale, lift the back heel, and then from here work to straighten that left leg. You can have a bend in it if you like. Keep the right heel lifted. This isn't traditional pyramid. Nice. From here, roll forward, plant the left foot down. Spidey fingers or palms down. Now roll onto the outer blade of that left foot, opening through the left hip. Think the most active pigeon you've ever been in. You could even rock forwards and back just to find those movements like water where it's not standing still even when it kind of looks it. From here, replant that left foot, bend the left knee, rise up, high lunge. Think about pulling that left thigh bone back, right thigh bone forward. Exhale, plant the hands. Gently pick up the left foot, step it back to downward facing dog. Drop the forearms here. Find dolphin pose. Nice. Keep pressing the ground away. Then bend the knees, look forward, shoot forward into chaturanga, push into plank, drop the knees, push the butt back, drop the forearms, pull through. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Beautiful stuff, yogis. Nice. From here, roll forward, high plank pose. We'll lower for a count of 5. So really be on the tips of the toes here. Collarbones reaching forward. Lower in for 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2. Push back up to plank and then come all the way down. That was a bit mean. Setting up for oscillating cobra. You can have the hands into the 10 to 2 position or the 9 and 3, like if this was a clock and 12 is in front of you. And 9 and 3 might feel good because we've done a lot of those cactuses. We've kind of opened up a little bit through the thoracic, through the chest, I should say. So head to the mat. Inhale, squeeze the shoulders together to ripple up. Really picture your wave here. Exhale, wave crashing down. Inhale, ripple up, wave rising. Exhale, wave softening. Inhale, wave rising. And this is the wave within you, that power, that softness within the power. And then exhale, all the way down. Nice. Take your left arm straight out of its socket, right hand next to the right shoulder, and then roll over onto this left hip. Slow down the breath here if it's kind of racing away. If the river is really rapid within you right now, I hear you. But let's try and bring it back to a calm, gentle stream where it's constantly moving, but it's not crashing around. As you inhale, roll back to the center. Take the right arm straight out of its socket. Turn to the left side. Left hand can plant under the left shoulder. And then you can roll over onto this right hip. Of course, you can bend that left knee. I didn't say that on the right, but you know the drill by now, I'm sure. Really breathe into that right shoulder. With every breath, just visualize that body of water you've been to probably many times, depending on where you live, even if it's somewhere you've been on holiday. And just think about it when it's calm. So for me, it's the river next to my dad's house. Sometimes in the winter, you worry it's going to take us away. But through the summer, it's super chill and calm. Picture your place like that now. And then inhale back to center. From here, hands underneath the shoulders. Push back, child's pose. Come to symmetry. Especially because we've been going in all these funky places. Find somewhere that feels nice and safe and known. Balasana. Stay in the Balasana to reintegrate if you like. Or we're going to move on into an inversion. And by that, I don't mean your feet need to lift off the floor. We can take an inversion where we do dolphin and we keep the feet down because that's amazing for the shoulders. And just building awareness. If you want to take an inversion, of course we can. So if you're setting up for dolphin, opposite hand, opposite elbow, and then plant the palms down. If you're coming into the pincher with me or you're having a go, I like to clasp the hands and then place the forearm down. It just gives me a little bit more strength, a little bit more solid place to be. And this may feel quite open and available because we've moved a lot through the crossbody connection and we've done quite a little bit of opening through the shoulder in those water salutations. So if that felt like you had to fight to catch it, just know I'm with you. Wherever you are, be here for 10. Push through the whole forearm wherever you are. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and let it go on 1. Sit back to the heels. Take a deep inhale, fill up, and let it go. Nice. From here, make your way into down dog just so that we can jump all the way to our butt. So you could handstand there, you could just hop there, you could walk there, but meet me onto your back. Bring the knees into the chest with you. Nice. From here, let your left leg go long, drive your right knee into the chest. Then catch the right big toe with yogi toe lock, so first 2 fingers and thumb. And then take a deep inhale, drive the knee into the chest. And as you exhale, start to work to straighten. Only go to straighten like as much as you can. So if this is you, that's fine. If this is you and you've got this big bend in your knee, I want you to take your hands behind your thighs, clasp your hands, and then just hold the leg so we can find straight. If you can be straight here, great. But what I want you to do is then think about, so here my right shoulder is lifted. It's hard to show you on this side. I'll do my left side first so that you can see. So here my left shoulder is completely lifted, and that's because I'm using my arm to get the foot. But once you've got the foot, I want you to plug that left shoulder back and send, well, for you it's the right, plug your right shoulder back and send the right thigh bone into the socket of that hip, and see if you can bend the right arm as well. Nice. And then from here, slowly take that leg out to the side. So for you, it's the right leg. And only go as far as you can until that left sit bone lifts. So this is about my max here. You might be a lot lower than me, but don't allow the left sit bone to just roll up. Keep it down. Even pop your left hand on top of it, just to make sure to keep it honest. Slowly come back in. Bend the knee, release the leg, switch sides. So for you, it's left knee into the chest. It's dangerous when I do something different to what I'm saying. I never mirror when I teach in person. And then yogi toe lock, or wrap the arms around the back of the left leg. Take a deep inhale, find that deep compression of the hip. And then as you exhale, straighten to the best of your ability that left leg. If you've caught hold of the foot, brilliant, but I want you to now draw the left shoulder back and down so it touches the floor as best you can. If that's not doable, then probably you want to take hold of the back of the leg so that you've got the shoulder, both shoulders grounded. So if you're like here, then we're not really getting what we're after. I'd rather you be here or here. Keep kicking through that left heel. Try and bend through the left elbow if you've got the left shoulder grounded, and then slowly open, open, open. This time your right hand is just going to add a little bit of leverage to hold your right hip down, because for most of us it's going to want to lift, especially if you're limited in the hips like me. It's just going to want to roll over, especially because, you know, this feels nice, but we want to keep it in the place of intention. Bring that left leg back in, bend the knee, and let it go. Shake it out. Nice. From here, bring your feet to kind of come into a bridge pose, but then I want you to open the knees wide, soles of the feet together. So think Supta Baddha Konasana, and we're going to take a bridge like this. So you won't lift as high as normal, but it's just a different sensation. So from here, ground the tops of the arms into the mat. Deep inhale, curl the tailbone as much as you can with the hips opening, and then exhale, lift up, and just feel those glutes firing. Keep squeezing the feet together. Keep really lifting through the hips by engaging through the underside of the legs. You're here for 10, 9, 8, 7, lift a bit higher for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, lower on 1, just for a moment. Inhale, tuck the tailbone. Exhale, lift back up. Really feel that outer glute working, and just be here for 10, 9, 8. Press into the outer blade of both feet. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and lower on 1. Goodness me, that is a lot. Whew. Nice. Drive the knees into the chest. Give them a little hug. Shake from side to side. And then from here, we'll just take a happy baby, nice and symmetrical, before we move into Shavasana. So drive the knees into the chest, catch hold of the outer blade of the feet, and then find your happy baby. Think compression in the thigh working towards the rib cage, just like we were in Padangusthasana, and just like I was cueing in that one leg, Supta, Utthita, Padangusthasana, I think, which is extended hand to foot pose. So think about really trying to pull the hip points back towards the low belly. So you've got nice deep compression, or as deep as you can. Keep sending the hips wide. If you want a little bit more, just start to lower the tailbone towards the ground. So the sacrum, the very base of the spine, going towards the ground. And then when you've had enough, release. Find your Shavasana. As we move across the mat, right to left, left and right, it's an opportunity to just reference each side. Reference how we feel when we move across the midline. And when we move a bit more like water, less linear, more fluid, but also more uncontrollable in all different directions. We never see the water just go forwards and back. It moves everywhere that it can. And sometimes we need a little bit of that energy mentally and spiritually. So as you find your Shavasana, allow this practice to wash over you. Allow it to wash under you. And allow it to wash through you. Allow the Jal, the water, one of the main life forces we have, to just be one with you, embody that quality. The qualities of powerful but graceful, of vast but with some secrets, with some unknowns. And all of those things live within you too. As always, we won't stay with you for this Shavasana, but I will leave you on that note. And I will leave you to wonder what it is you need to bring more water into your life with, more water energy. As always, it's a privilege to practice with you here on YouTube Yogi. Until we meet again, enjoy the rest of your day.